This is Chanel Bunger with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast, and today I'm excited to speak with regular guest, principal consultant, and owner at EGH LLC, Liz Hutson, who joins us today to speak on standing out. Liz, thank you so much for joining me today. Would you please take it away, quickly introduce yourself, and then share your thoughts on standing out?
Sounds good. Good to talk with you. And yes, I'm Liz Hutson, and I'm the founder and principal consultant of EGH LLC. And we are a consulting group that primarily focuses on healthcare products and services in the private equity space. And yeah, I wanted to talk today about standing out. I think that's really just taking the time to understand and know the differences that are there, whether it be yourself, whether it be your employees, whether it be your clients, your customers, whether it even be in your products and services. There are things that make us stand out. And so I thought we'd spend some time today and talk about that.
Absolutely. And what does standing out mean to you, Liz?
Yeah, so I think these are things that just make us a little bit different, right? These are the things that differentiate us. These are the things that make us unique and powerful. And again, I'd say as far as people are concerned with ourselves, whether it be others that are in our circle, people that we serve, our customers, our clients, our peer group, whatever that might be, but also in the things that we offer, right? Our products, our services, and things like that. And I think, to me, the first thing is to really just know and understand what those differences are and what makes them unique and powerful, right? So, I think for yourself, right, what are our unique talents, our abilities, our giftings, things like that, that just make us different, special compared to other people, that just we are uniquely gifted in those areas. Also, what are some of our passion areas? Not everybody is created equal in this way, in the sense like I have a passion for healthcare and education. Someone else might have a passion for poverty. Somebody else might have a passion for inclusion and diversity, right? These are things that just get us up in the morning and get us excited about the day, just identifying what those passion areas are. And then lastly, I would say is the personality type, right? What are the things that make us the way we work different, right? So for me, in my talents and abilities and gifts and things like that, I think about I connect with people really well. I teach and I train people really well. I like to think I inspire other people to action. I think I'm a pretty organized person, right? That's how I'm wired. That's what I'm really good at. So leaning into those things and saying that makes me different and special and unique and powerful, leaning into those things, I think is important. As I mentioned, my passion areas are healthcare and education. And my personality type, I would say I'm pretty bold and I'm pretty forceful, but I'm also really thoughtful in my approach. That's a unique combination of things. And so as I can lean into those things and go, that's what makes me different. That's what makes me unique and special and powerful in my own right. I lean into those differences and really start to feature them. Same thing for our employees, same thing for our customers. As we work to understand them better, we are able to make them stronger, make them better, empower them to be more successful. And we can also serve them better so that they can be more effective and more impactful. But even flipping that and saying, what is that for our products and our services that we're creating, that we're offering, really kind of getting after the why it exists. How is that different and unique in its offering that brings value and brings meaning to the consumer, that says, hey, that's really awesome and that's different and I love that and I want that. So just making sure that stands out.
Got it. So know what you're good at, find your passion, and utilize your unique personality. I love it. Thank you so much. And what else do you have to say about standing out, Liz?
Yeah, I think the thing that I often get asked is, so, that all makes sense, but how do we do that, right? So how do you figure that out? Well, I know we talk a lot about this idea of self-reflection, right? Taking time a couple times a year, a couple times a month, even daily to, just ponder and think about what is it? How did that day go that day? How did that year go that year? What really stood out? What were some things that made me different, made me maybe especially proud, right? That self-reflection time, I think we start to get some of those great ahas. And that's something you can do yourself. But I also think feedback is a gift, right? When we lean into our trusted advisors, to our mentors, to, we always talk about our tribe, right? Like leaning into those people and saying, hey, give me some feedback, help me understand what I'm not seeing, right? Asking those questions and really hearing what they have to say. And, from a products and services perspective, really kind of understanding market research. And getting after what is it that our customers love about it, hate about it, what do they want more of, and kind of leaning into those differences. But importantly, I would say is let's not shy away from featuring those differences in an effort to fit in. I think that's really the second and really important point. So once we really understand and know those differences, then how do we take and make those differences something that we feature and not something that we hide? I think about the fact that there's a lot of kind of just gray out there, some neutral out there. I say to my kids sometimes, everyone out there is brown bears or black bears, and you're a panda bear. And painting yourself brown or black to fit in with the other bears that are out there, I think would just be a devastating loss for that panda bear, right? Like that's just the metaphor we use here at home. And I think that that differing perspective just brings such great new ideas and paths forward. I believe that there is great beauty and surprise and wonder in those unique vantage points. Sometimes it's accepted, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's not now. But what I say to my clients, what I say to my team, what I say to my family is that if we never offer that idea, that different idea, it's never going to be accepted because it was never heard. So I think it's so important to feature those ideas, even if they're not the status quo type of an idea. It's not the mainstream idea. It's so important to share that. And I think particularly for women, so often women feel the need to be like one of the guys and just blend in, right? Sometimes they feel that the things that sometimes women have a great deal of, which is thoughtfulness and emotions and sensitivity, is something that we need to tone down, something that we need to hide in order to be accepted in the workplace, in order to be like one of the guys. But oftentimes, we hold back in those things when that's actually a great gift. It's actually a great thing to be sharing and being bold and proud of. Oftentimes women, not just in those areas in terms of how we deliver that, but that idea that's a little bit different than everybody else's is not offered. It's not put forth in their group because we're a little scared. But I really, really do believe that everyone loses when that perspective is kept under a rock. Rather, I would love to empower others, myself included, showcase those ideas and even how they're delivered, the way, the tone, our methods in which we deliver that, I think is really important. And then, shifting from people on over to products, as I was saying before, those differentiators, from a products and a service perspective, really valuable product differentiation, things that make it unique and special and different, can really lead to a deep following, can lead to market leadership, can lead to higher profits, and a lot more than that. Innovation, I think, is born from uniquely solving a need, not like everybody else did. And I think, where would we be without those just amazing ideas? I think of like iPhone or Netflix or, just reimagined ideas that we're solving a problem.
Thank you. And before we wrap up, is there anything else you want the listeners to know?
I think one last thought would be just, when we do things a little bit different, because it's different, we're the only ones that are out there, that feels lonely sometimes at times. But it's been my personal experience. And as I watch people that are out there that are blazing their own trails, traveling that road less traveled, I think makes all the difference. So I would just encourage others, I'd encourage myself that even when it feels a little lonely, even when it feels a little isolating, to stand out and be a little different, I think has great rewards that come from it afterwards.
Well, Liz, thank you for sharing your thoughts on standing out. And thank you, as always, for joining me today on the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Chanel. Take care.